MGTOW. It's an acronym, MGTOW, that stands for Men Going Their Own Way. When I grew up, these men were known as bachelors or confirmed bachelors. Those men were not going to get married. The confirmed bachelors were not going to get married. Bachelors were just men that weren't married. I've found a lot of negativity concerning MGTOW online, and I'm not sure why. Some of the reasons may be people will get online and they'll go to the groups and the forums. These are mostly filled with young men, and these young men are usually still angry because they don't understand where anger actually is rooted. They're angry because a woman they believe did them wrong. I don't necessarily feel that the woman did them wrong. Anger is rooted within ourselves. The only person that we ever become angry with is ourself. And the reason that we are angry is because we put more trust in someone else than they gave back to us. We expected more from them than they delivered. And so then we directed the anger towards them, but in reality, it's just ourselves that we're angry with for giving them that much trust. Something else I've found is people are trying to group incels with MGTOW. I have never ran across, to my knowledge, an incel that identifies as MGTOW. Most of the men, if not all, have all had relationships with women. There are different levels to MGTOW, depending on what level you're at. The highest level is men that just isolate themselves basically from society. I would identify myself as probably that level or the next level down from there. The beginning levels are where the young men who are still angry about things, or men that are angry because they don't truly understand themselves. MGTOW itself is not a group, it's not a movement, it's just basically a philosophy, and the philosophy is to become the best version of yourself that you can be. There are men that would be considered MGTOW that are married. There are men in relationships. It just depends at what level you decide you wish to be. MGTOW is basically men who understand the reality and truth of women and what they are. We don't hate women. I've not encountered one person who identified as MGTOW that would openly state that they hated women. They just find that it's in their best interest not to engage in a committed relationship with a woman or to marry a woman at the higher levels of MGTOW. I think every man comes to be MGTOW in some form within his lifetime. And that is because as we grow older and become more experienced with relationships, we become more knowledgeable with how women behave. I think the fear of MGTOW is men just saying no. When I grew up, women would try their best to be their best. I see women nowadays that try their best to be their worst. Covered in tattoos, crazy hair color, crazy lipstick colors, pounds of makeup, fake filters on their pictures that they use. Everything about them seems to be a lie.
Lady, fine. You are not a whore. But you are wearing a whore's uniform, I'll tell you that.
Why would a man wish to enter into any type of a relationship with a woman who is openly a liar? The foul language. None of this is attractive to men. Overweight. Men don't want this. It's obvious. Women keep telling women about men, and these women have no idea what they're talking about. They're single women. They don't have a man. I fail to find the fault in a man wanting to become the best version of himself that he can be. Even if that man chooses to be married, his desire is to be the best version of himself. So I don't understand the anger the fear. It's fear. All these people online, both male and female, that have so much negative to say about people that identify as MGTOW, men that identify as MGTOW. I don't understand why you're afraid of me trying to become the best version of myself that I can be, or any other man out there. We hear it from women all the time. Men are trash. Men are worthless. Men, I don't need no man. Well, then why are you worried about us not wanting you? Why is that such a concern to you? I would encourage people to dig deeper into the philosophies related to MGTOW instead of just assuming that all the men who would basically identify as MGTOW, because basically you're talking about all men, are these young, angry men who have yet to learn where anger actually resides. We're not incels. I myself have been married 3 times. Plenty of relationships. I don't see a value in adding a woman to my life at this point in my life, especially given what American women are offering American men today. So instead of trying to attack outwardly towards the men, perhaps you women should look inward and ask yourselves, why don't they want to be with me? Instead of assuming there's something wrong with that man. That's it for me. Y'all have a great day, and I'm out.